everyone, welcome to Top of the Round Paradigm. My name's Kenan. I'm the GM for this campaign. With me we have...
Hi, I'm Nikki, and I play Clover.
Hi, I'm Jordash, and I play Varian.
Hello, lovely tots. Thank you to Raymond and Mama Mac for episode reviews this week, and thank you for Benny for the comment on Spotify. We super appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. Do leave us reviews and ratings. You can leave us an episode review or a show review over on Podchaser, or a rating on Spotify. Just let us know your name so we can shout you out. Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, all the other places. Leave reviews. We'll shout you out. Thank you so very much. Bye.
You know where else you can leave your comments? On each of our posts over at patreon.com/topoftheround, where we have so much content for your ear holes. Head over to patreon.com/topoftheround, join us at one of our illustrious tiers, and then listen to all of the things that will become immediately available to you. Because it's a lot, and you will have a good time, or else.
Do you miss a car? Head over to totopodcast.com, click on the merch, and then you can get a hoodie and carry them with you on your back. And if you don't miss a car, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Or you just haven't listened to C1 yet, so go do that. And then come back and get the hoodie. And while you're there, if anything else catches your eye, just add it to your cart. It's super easy. Okay, thanks.
Also, every purchase at the shop goes towards the fund to help bring Zakar back. So Zakar's not back yet because you aren't trying hard enough. Buy more merch.
Thank you to our amazing executive producer, Ray. We appreciate you.
Hey guys, have you ever heard our voices and thought, I want to send them something in the mail? Well, you can. By putting it in a package and labeling it properly and sending it to P.O. Box 603 at Circle Pines, Minnesota 55014. Be sure to address it to White Raven Studios, and then we will receive whatever illustrious item or letter or thing that fancifuls you. That's not a word.
Make sure to check the show notes for our trigger warnings. Thanks. Let's head over to Justin to see what happened last time.
Thanks, Ken. This is Justin with Justin. Well, it seems that Varian no longer wanted to continue his conversations with Chaz because he started to give him the cold shoulder, and Chaz got bored and left. Such thrilling news. In other thrilling news, Clover appears to be having bad dreams. About what? I'm not sure, but she is on fire, so that's saying something, I think. But now they're awake and starting to move, and it appears there's a fae, or possibly a wood-playing creature, that's approaching in a seemingly hostile fashion. Let's see how this plays out. Back to you, Kenan.
Thanks, Justin. Our story continues now. We left off with Clover saying hi to a plant buddy.
Who's bud?
Who's trying to keep the two bestest buddies apart for some unknown reason.
Unknown to us, not to them. They know what they're doing. They just can't tell us in the way we understand.
Take it away, players. Doesn't respond to you, Clover.
Does it move at all?
If you're trying to continue towards Varian, it will continue to circle so that it is in between you and Varian.
She is. Hey, what are you doing, friend? Varian?
I don't know why it's trying to keep us apart. It doesn't speak any language I know. And I definitely don't speak what it knows.
You both hear the sound of earth moving and twigs snapping.
That doesn't help.
I don't understand you, or why you're doing this. What are you doing, Varian?
Varian is standing there, staring at this thing, trying to figure out why it's blocking his money bag. He's finally getting it to go back to Graysick and collect his reward. The long game. Is there something you want to tell us? Do you have a fae friend who might speak in a way that could be a mediator for us?
You see what looks like its head shift over to the side like it's trying to understand what you're saying.
What cult do you belong to? What was his name? What's the other one? Kaleo? Chaz?
No response.
Or a boss?
Well, Varian has his attention. Can I try to discorporate around?
Sure.
Okay. It's gonna be around or through, depending on what it decides to do.
It doesn't notice you turn to ash.
So I get around to Varian.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Varian will quickly look at the creature to see how it handles this deception. Well, not deception, but this evasive maneuvering.
Roll a perception check.
23.
29.
Start with Clover, since you see the least. You see the flowers on its back start to wither and die, and the moss that was around its torso starts to also decay and fall off. Varian, you see all of that, and you see what you have been assuming is its face twist, and the bark and the branches almost give off a upset expression.
I don't think it like that. I think you were the reason it was blooming.
Well, why can't it bloom while I'm over here?
I don't know. I can't ask it. It doesn't understand.
Does anybody speak Fae?
Can I try and rebloom the flowers?
You can definitely try, yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Roll a flat check.
15.
Roll a performance check.
34.
Where are you trying to bloom these flowers?
Where they were.
Okay. You see a couple of smaller flowers start blooming on its back. They stay for about 15 seconds and then wither and die.
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
Can we go?
I don't know. If it tries to attack again, I don't know if I can stop it.
It's really big.
It is very big and very powerful.
Plant, sir? Ma'am? Can you please let us go? We won't bother you. If you don't bother us. Please?
See its left arm lift, and a couple vines extend, wrap around into what looks to be a finger, and they push in on your chest, Varian.
Like poking me around like you think you're a tough guy?
Poking you, but more of trying to move you and less attacking or threatening or suggesting any kind of hostile action.
I don't understand.
I think it wants me to move.
But why?
How far are we from the bike?
About 15 feet.
Okay. Is the thing between me and the bike?
No?
Okay. Clovis, stay with me. Let's just walk slowly to the bike.
Varian, my stuff is still over there.
So then let's just circle around to your stuff.
Okay, hold my hand.
We hold hands and shuffle around to the other side together.
Apparently that's what we do.
Are you going to hold her hand, Varian?
I already said apparently that's what we do. That's the best you're going to get from me.
Roll perception checks.
22.
37?
It scooches back about 5 feet, and you hear a loud crack like a tree falling.
Is that it's raising its voice?
I don't know. I don't speak tree.
How close do we get to her stuff? Or how quickly do we get to her stuff?
Depends how quickly you're moving.
Pretty quickly, I would say.
Yeah.
She's gonna put her stuff together really, really quick and then grab Varian's hand again, just shuffle back.
Very quickly. Quick.
Quickly, quick.
As she's grabbing her stuff, Varian will say, "It's okay. We're just gathering our things. We're not leaving. We're not littering.
Yeah, well, leave your little section of Ishnar to you.
Roll perception checks.
24.
35.
You both see vines reaching towards the both of you.
And what sort of intent?
In a wrap us up intent?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, run.
I don't... okay, how far are we from the bike?
20-ish feet.
Varian will grab Clover's hand and make a dash for the bike.
Alright, both of you roll reflex saves.
32.
Hey. 34.
Clover,
Hi.
the vines wrap around your free wrist that isn't holding Varian's arm and your right leg.
Okay.
Discorporate.
Oh, I am. I'm going to. I just want to give him a chance to describe what happens to you.
Varian,
That's me.
you feel a jolt as Clover suddenly stops moving,
How far to the bike did we get when this happens?
about 5 feet away.
5 feet from the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Varian will look at Clover. Come on, do the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to discorporate towards the bike.
Okay. Does a 28 beat your reflex whatever DC thing?
No. It's 29.
Damn it. Roll your damage.
13 fire damage.
As she discorporates, Varian will dash onto his bike and start it.
You both hear another loud crack as if a tree falls, and the singed vines retreat back into the wooded exoskeleton.
I'm sorry.
Is Clover on the bike now?
I'd like to jump on, yeah.
As you're jumping on, roll perception checks.
37.
33.
You both see it start to slam the ground, almost in a fit, and as it does, spikes of earth start to erupt from the ground.
Alright, Varian is going to kick it.
Gonna kick it?
Punch it. Go, vroom, vroom, away.
Full fast ahead. Need for speed. The Fast and Furious.
Alright, you do the zoomies away.
Tokyo drifting.
Roll a performance check, Varian.
30.
For the first 20-ish seconds while you're zooming away, you're able to dodge the earthen spikes that are erupting from the ground, and you leave its range.
Alright, then I'm gonna really punch it and see how fast we can get away from this guy who's throwing a tantrum now. Or girl, I don't know. This vine creature. Genderless vine. Tree thing.
Right, in which direction are you to the most full, fast aheading?
To Grace!
Yeah, to the east. To the easties.
Alright. As you're heading east, you hear the thuds of something large trying to follow.
Varian's just gonna keep going as fast as we can go.
I don't understand.
It seems like it likes you. Or something. You made it bloom.
I did?
Did you not see all the flowers wither and die when you came around?
Well, I didn't intend that.
It seems to be drawn to you and whatever it is you are.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that reminder.
You're welcome.
You quickly outpace it, and it is but a speck in the back.
Well, if I had eyes in the back of my head, I would know that. But I'm just going to keep going for a while.
Okay.
We're just going to make sure we really put some distance between ourselves and it. And also, we kind of have to be somewhere in a certain time, so we should probably pick up the pace anyway.
True dat.
Ken's like, I'm not trying to stop you from getting to Grace. What are you talking about?
Me?
Never.
Very suspicious.
Of what?
You.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I am a non-suspicious boy. Varian,
Yeah.
as you full fast ahead,
Yeah.
would you stay on the road or would you beeline it east?
Probably the safest path would be to maintain being on the road. Cutting through just a straight shot might run into shit that would slow us down even more. Yeah. So we're gonna stick to the road.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken, I see what you're trying to do.
Do you?
Yeah.
You sure?
He wants us to go back in the forest.
You
Yeah.
sure about that?
Am I sure about that?
What forest are you referring to?
It's just the forest, man.
Forest in general. I can't say anything without feeling stupid today.
giant forest around Grace that you have to go through to get to Grace anyway?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah?
That one.
I guess I want you to go through it. You kind of have to get to Grace.
Yeah.
So you do want us to go to Grace?
As you're driving along the road, you are full speeds ahead. How long are you going to maintain full speeds ahead?
I mean, as long as I'm able to safely. If the road starts getting windier or more hazardy, he'll slow down. But he's gonna keep a good pace going if he can.
Okay. You'll slow down a little bit as some of the turns are sharper than others.
Practice my drifting.
You zoom past what looks to be a little encampment. Don't know of who or what by the speed you are going.
Was anyone outside when we drove by, or was I going too fast to tell?
There was 2 humanoids. Continue on the road.
That's fine. Let's keep going. We don't need to stop and talk to everyone we see. We're not Chaz. Hey, what's your name? Hi.
We have to go back.
How close are we to Grace?
A few days.
Yeah. We only traveled for like an hour before you're like, I'm sleepy. Where? So we only got an hour into a 4-day journey. Roughly. I don't know if that counts nights for stopping and resting.
That does indeed count nights for stopping and resting.
So it could be a 2-day journey if you would just sleep on the bike while Varian drove. Who needs pit stops?
Clover. Because she's human-ish.
Ish.
Alright, so we're full fast ahead there,
You are
Kenan.
full fast ahead.
So we're at Grace now.
Nope. Ever so often you'll pass a cart, a group of people going way too fast to even really hear if they even say anything.
Clover's gonna have such windblown hair.
Just straight back.
Yeah.
About 7 hours in. Roll a perception check, Varian.
It's probably a good time to pit stop for Clover anyway. 31?
You notice your little sigil is about 1/3 lit up.
Gross. I need to fuel these batteries and to recharge them. Is it souls? Do I put souls in the battery?
Who knows?
Well,
According to
there you go.
Discord, it is.
According to Discord. Let me try something. Ruben, come here.
You're gonna be my bike now.
Alright, whereabouts are we? Varian will slow down a little bit to try and gauge whereabouts we are in the world.
As you slow, all you really see around you is plains. But as you continue for about another 20-ish minutes, you see a fork in the road and a large wooden post in the center where these 3 roads converge.
Getting flashbacks to when we first met Chaz now. Alright, what do the signs say on the post, if there are signs?
There
Or is it
are.
just an empty post?
It's just an empty post. Now, there is one that is pointing north that says Heaven's Gate on it. There is one pointing southeastish that says Love. And then there is the third one that's pointing more towards northeast that says Grace.
What does it say?
Well, that road leads to Heaven's Gate, that road leads to love, and that road leads to grace. You ready?
No,
Should we go anyway?
probably.
Okay. Let's start heading towards Grace. Varian will lead us down the road to Grace.
She kind of melts on him from the back.
Melt, you say?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Right, you continue down the Grace path. Do you continue at this speed or go back up to full zoom?
I'll go at a slightly slower pace to give Clover's hair a break. And also to see any signs of like a smaller city or something he could stop at in case his bike gets too low.
You continue down the Grace Road for about another hour, and you see less of a town, but a tiny little village. And on the outskirts of the village is a bunch of junk.
Is this the goblins?
Maybe.
Do I see any signs?
There are no signs.
Who do you think lives there?
Kinda reminds me of that goblin.
The one that sold us the bedroll.
Yeah.
Do you see anyone out and about as we approach this area?
Roll a perception check.
Do I too?
If you want to roll a perception check.
30.
21.
Clover,
Mm-hmm.
you see a small handful of really weathered humans.
Okay.
Varian, as well as the small group of weathered humanoids.
What kind of weather? Are they cloudy?
I'm going to ignore that question.
What's the chance of meatballs?
You do see a smaller creature digging through the trash on the outskirts of town. Has a very lanky frame, about 3 feet tall, 4 foot long, thin tail, and light red skin.
That's weird.
There's people over there.
When you say weather, do they look like they're sick? Hurt?
No, they're just have grown up exposed to the elements. Skin's rough.
Okay.
They've just been weathered.
Okay. So it's not people that Clover would be like, we need to stop and help them.
Nope, they're just poor and out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Oh,
No one wants to help the poor.
I wonder what that creature is.
What creature?
Oh, Varian will slow down a little bit because he's kind of curious what that creature is. Do these people react to us to driving by with a bike?
They are shooting you both very judgmental glares.
Why do they look mean?
I don't know.
I think we should keep going.
I do too.
Okay.
Varian will pick up the pace and ride past this town.
Okay. You ride past the town for
10 seconds. It's a very small town. Just zoom right. It's 2 buildings.
Oh no, you're long past the town. But you continue to ride for another 2-ish hours.
What time of day is it? And what's the weather like?
About 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Cold, little cloudy.
Clover makes an apple for herself and crunches it as best she can on a speeding bullet train.
Varian,
Yes.
you notice that your zoomies are getting less zoomy, and the bike itself seems to be getting heavier.
The battery is starting to die.
Oh, don't you have the other one?
Yeah, I do. I should probably stop and switch them.
Okay.
Is there a good spot to pull over that doesn't look like someone could just jump out and attack us immediately in the minute it would take me to dig through my bag and swap out batteries and start back up?
Yes, there are no love seats around someone could hide behind. There are no large cluster of trees. They would have to be incredibly small to be able to hide from
Okay.
and jump out at you guys.
So Varian will pull over and park the bike, pop out the battery, dig through his bag to find the other battery that's half full, and put that in, and then put the almost empty one in his bag.
Clover is distractedly eating random pieces of fruit while rocking back and forth on her heels, looking a world away.
Do you want to stretch your legs or something for a second before we get back to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
She starts walking around in a little circle, looking highly distracted.
Alright, Varian will keep an eye out while she spins like a dog in a circle.
Alright, as Clover looks for somewhere to get comfortable, Varian, roll a perception check.
36.
You hear the sound of hooves and the clippity clops.
There's coconuts nearby.
Swallows at this time of year?
Someone's coming. We should get moving.
Okay.
Clover is going to hop back on the bike with all her things, still looking thoughtful with her eyebrows creased together.
Varian's gonna look around to see where the sound of hooves is coming from. Is it in the direction we're heading?
It is.
So we're gonna go past people with hooves.
I'm sure the people don't have hooves, but yes.
Alright, Varian will start to ride in that direction. Not super fast in case he needs to maneuver around them so he doesn't just
A train through them.
A train right through him.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
35.
Oh. Alright. As you get closer to this sound, you see a large metallic caravan not being pulled by anything, and two horses on either side, and their riders are wearing full plate.
Does their armor look familiar?
Nope, it is not black. It is shiny metals.
Okay. Is there enough room on the road to go along either side to avoid them? Or are they being rude and taking up the whole aisle with their shopping cart?
They are being rude and taking up the entire aisle with their shopping cart.
I'll shoot.
Whoa.
That escalated real quickly.
Gotta teach them some manners. That's not how you shop.
What do you actually do?
What's the world look like on either side of the road? If I can just off-road and go around them, flip them off as I go by for being rude.
Pretty flat. There's a couple shrubs here and there, but it's not anything you couldn't drive through.
Alright, so as we get closer, I'll just go off-road to evade them.
Alright, which side?
The right side.
Okay.
Alright, there left.
Why are you amused by that?
I'm amused by easily things many
Easily things, man.
words.
You're a liar.
As you veer off the road to the right, the armored humanoid on the horse will pivot their head as they look at you pass, and they don't stop.
They don't stop looking at me.
No.
I've garnered their attention. They find me very appealing. They're like, who is that?
The guard has not stopped looking at you, but they're also not stopping their little caravan, if you will.
Clover looks at it curiously as we pass. Do I notice anything?
Roll a perception check, Clover.
It's full of orphans from...
I crit failed. I'd like to use a hero point.
This is what you use it on?
34.
Okay. That's gonna laugh if you crit failed again.
I'm curious. I want to know what this is.
It's a plot hook, just like the little town was.
I'm aware.
Yeah, they're just hooks that you guys are choosing not to wrap your mouths around. You see a crest on the back of the cart, Clover, that looks familiar.
How familiar?
You have seen it on some of the wax seals that Perth has opened?
Like missives?
Maybe.
Varian will feel Clover tense.
What is it?
I've seen that crest before.
Where?
In an office.
That's very specific and helpful. Thank you for that information.
I realize I still haven't told you I wanted to.
Varian keeps driving as we talk. What office? What information?
Huh?
What office? What information?
I don't know. I couldn't read the letters.
What office?
Perth's office?
So they're associated with the place?
The orphanage?
Should we kill them?
I don't know if we can. I guess you could ask what they're doing out here.
I don't think that's a wise use of our time.
But what if there's more to what's going on that you don't know about at all?
Varian just keeps driving.
That's not ominous at all.
Varian blinks. She doesn't see it. He's just that meme of that guy that's like blinking. What the fuck?
There are things I haven't told you, but I'm going to be as vague as
Yeah.
possible.
Well, how far away are we from the thing now?
Further every second, because I'm continuing to drive.
We're not within earshot anymore.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you probably deserve to know what's going on so that you can decide if you want to stick around or not, or if you just want to drop me off.
Continue.
You've been wanting to know this for, like, a while.
And you are telling me in the slowest way possible.
False. Sloth could tell you
Yeah.
slower.
It's true.
Yeah, where is he? Let's go meet up with the buddy. Maybe he can tell me.
So I'm not an orphan. My dad is just not a great person and kind of sold us out to a fighting ring.
Sold you out.
Yeah, there's the guy who owns the orphanage is named, Perth.
Who has the office
He has an office.
with that symbol?
Well, no, he has opened a lot of letters with a seal that looks like that.
Do you think they're transporting children?
Maybe, or bodies. I've never seen what happens to the bodies after the, yeah.
Well, probably something like an ethos.
You don't seem surprised by any of this.
I mean, I've seen your brothers. Well, one of them. And heard the condition of the other. So it wasn't something too pleasant.
No, we had to fight a lot, and a lot of it was to the death, and there's a lot of kids there that are still in a lot of danger. But I'm pretty sure that Perth bought me from my dad. So
And he held you at the orphanage.
yeah, for the last year or so, yeah.
So that means you had to fight and you had to kill.
Yeah,
How many fights have you been in?
a lot.
You don't know the number?
Well, it wasn't all from the arena, but before I left Grace, I was at 139.
That's quite a lot of fights. In the span of a year?
No, it was ever since I turned 7.
You've been fighting since you turned 7.
Yeah, I wasn't really good at it at first, though, so I got beat up a lot. And then when I didn't do well, I got beat up again at home.
So the fights weren't to the death until after you got sold?
No, they were. Sometimes they were to the death. Sometimes we just ended up really wounded. But then when I started getting my powers, it was always to the death because I couldn't control it.
Trauma dumps. We just laugh.
Sorry.
is a very funny story. Thank you. Really lifted my spirits.
Sorry.
All right. I see. So you've been through a lot.
Yeah, a bit. But you know, it's a good thing for you to know what we might be walking into. I was making Perth like a lot of money, and my dad a lot of money, I think. So they were pretty upset. I tried to run before, and it didn't work out at all for me. So I was afraid to run again, but Nash and I were gonna leave together, and then he never showed up, and then I ran, and then he died because of me.
But now he's...
An apostle.
And he's probably a lot stronger now and can help.
He still died. He has a hole in his chest because Perth and my dad are really bad.
But as you've seen, death isn't the end of existence.
I mean, not always.
Not always.
I don't know. I just thought that you should know some of it, so...
Well, I appreciate you telling me. I have to be very careful. I don't know how many people this Perth has working for him.
I don't either. There is like a lot of rich men that come to the fights and cheer and stuff, and then one time someone showed up that didn't seem too happy about it, and then he never came back.
Well, the good thing there is wealth does not dictate power, so they'd probably be very easy to kill.
I don't know. Perth is not a good man, and I think he has a lot at his disposal that I don't understand. And my dad is also scary. And my brother Beck, I'd like to not kill him, but I don't know if I can't not kill him because he thinks that Perth is like a god.
Yeah. I've dealt with a lot of disillusioned people.
Okay, well, there's also my brother Silas, who caught me last time, who kind of hangs out in the streets with lots of thugs, and I don't know if he'll be around either. But, I'd like, again, to not kill him, but I don't know if I can't not kill him. Or I would like to not kill him, because I think he's just crazy.
Well, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
And reconvene with Porter and Nash.
You still want to go?
Sounds fun.
Wait, really?
For plat and a show?
Yeah, and also, one of the other apostles might still be there.
Oh, Hate?
Yeah,
She's not too happy with me either, I think.
maybe she knows more about Agony. I need to talk to Agony again.
Okay. Okay. Well, now you kind of know. But I think we need to save whoever is at the orphanage. They don't trust me, I don't think. Because I was Perth's favorite, so... I'm also the one that kills most of them.
Sounds like a very unpleasant situation all around. We'll figure it out.
We will.
Yeah.
How, though? How do we do it?
Well, we start by killing Perth.
What if he gets a hold of me again?
Then kill him.
What if I can't?
What do you mean you can't?
What if he's more powerful somehow?
Do you think he's more powerful than you?
He might be.
Have you ever seen him fight?
No.
He may be powerful, or he may be incredibly weak, using fear and intimidation to keep others in their place. There's no way to know, really, if you haven't seen him fight.
Yeah.
Clover lets out a heavy sigh and then falls silent.
Oh no, she fell off the bike. Silently. Slavarian keeps driving.
Oh, you keep driving?
Yeah. Gotta get there.
Drive for another 4 hours. And in the distance, heading your way, you see another cart. This one isn't being accompanied by 2 armored figures. Is also made of metal and isn't being pulled by anything, but it looks older or less maintained.
And I don't see anyone. There's no one riding in the front.
Mm-mm.
It's just the cart by itself, seemingly.
Someone could be inside it, but it is currently like no one's up front.
Okay. It's a ghost cart. Ooh.
Do I see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's another cart.
Yeah, I don't see anyone on it.
Me neither.
Could be people inside.
Do you think they're okay?
I don't even know if there are people inside.
Should we look inside?
Why?
Just in case there's people that need help.
Marion will slow down as we approach it, but he'll move to the side. Just not to stop, but to look at the cart itself and see if there's another insignia or something on it.
Alright, as you pull to the side, the cart passes you. Roll perception checks.
32.
23.
You both see a insignia on it. Varian, you have no idea. Clover, it looks very familiar to you.
Is it the same insignia?
Nope. It looks like the crest of Aveline.
What?
I need to look in there.
Is
Please.
that a good idea?
I don't know at this point.
Marion will slow down and turn around on the bike and ride up behind the cart.
Is there a door on it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go knock on it.
It is currently driving.
It is moving. I'm riding behind it.
Oh.
Should you yell?
Hello?
Varian gets ready to brake in case the cart just suddenly stops.
Is anyone in there?
No response.
Are there holes in it?
What do you mean?
Like, could Ash go through the door?
There are seams where the door meets the rest of the body. Yeah, it's not just a brick.
So I could discorporate into the door.
If you really wanted to, yeah.
Should I discorporate into it real quick and then be right back? Do you think that this is stupid?
Do you think that's a smart idea?
I don't know.
How high up is the handle from the ground?
Well, 8 feet?
Do you really think that's a good idea if you go in there?
I mean, maybe not. Can you use your cloak to open the door?
Don't know if that's how that works. Varian will try and ride up close behind the bike and then think about his cloak reaching out and grabbing the handle. What the fuck is this? I'm not Doc Ock.
The moment there's no guards, let's Grand Theft Auto this cart.
I'm just curious what's inside.
Alright, your cloak reaches out and grabs the handle.
Huh, it can do that. You try and open the door.
It is locked.
It's locked. It's not moving.
Okay,
Can I create water in the lock and freeze it?
You can certainly try.
I would like to do that.
Alright, roll a flat check.
6.
Alright. You are unable to create any water.
crumbs. Okay, maybe we should just leave it. It's just weird that insignia, because she left and it was my fault, but
What?
we should go.
Who? What?
Don't worry about it.
No, tell me right now. Who is she?
My friend Aveline. Well, was a friend.
And that's her
It's her family crest. They left Grace, though, after I killed her brother.
And?
And her mom committed suicide.
I see. And you wanted to break in there.
Well, yeah, it sounds really bad now that you put it that way. Sorry, Cart.
Varian will make his cloak let go of the door handle, and he'll slow back down and then turn around and continue to ride towards Grace.
Clover, ashamed, says nothing.
The fuck did you expect to accomplish with that?
I know I ruined your life, but now I'm stealing your car and breaking in.
Shut up.
Alright, so you turn around and continue towards Grace.
I'm glad we spent this time doing that.
It is now about 8 o'clock. The sun is starting to set.
I guess you do need to rest again.
Hmm.
Varian will start looking for spots that might be good to either camp or if there's, I don't know, an inn or something to blow up. A B&B.
Mean.
Blow up a B&B.
Yeah.
A B.
A B&B, bread and breakfast and bombs.
Bed, breakfast, and bombs.
Roll a perception check.
29.
You don't see any inns, as there are none, but you do see a few trees that are closer together that could provide some sort of shelter. They're still spaced out enough where I wouldn't consider it a cluster, but they're closer together than the other singular trees out by themselves.
There's kind of grouping of trees over there.
It's fine.
Pull off and park the bike behind them.
Yeah, they're not connected to, like, the main forest, so if I explode, I won't cause a forest fire. Which is ideal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Burning less things is ideal.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so
Even
tired.
better, none things.
I'm trying.
You stop the bike?
I maneuver the bike over to the trees and head towards those trees and pull up behind the trees so the bike can't be seen from the road, and he'll power it off.
Clover gets off the bike with all her things, looking sleepy, and starts to wander 30 feet away.
You do that.
Try not to be on fire this time.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I guess you were asleep. Yeah, you were on fire last night.
Clover stops and looks at Varian.
I was on fire last night.
Yeah, but you weren't burning, so I didn't wake you.
I was on fire?
And then at some point, you also made rain, but I didn't put out the fire.
That's awesome. Good night.
Clover just continues forward. And if possible, her brows crease together even more.
You now have a unibrow.
Yeah. She is.
They just continue. Your face implodes because they crease together so much.
Very concerned about everything.
It's fine. Most people are on fire when they sleep
Mm-hmm.
and don't realize it.
That's why you wake up with the sweats.
Yeah, because you were on fire. You just didn't know.
Clover is going to set up her little camp and crawl into her bedroll and hug herself while thinking and trying to go to sleep.
What you thinking of?
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
About how she does not want to be this close to Grace.
Okay.
We're not that close to Grace.
You're still a couple days out.
But it's the impending Grace. The fact that she does not want to go back, and also the fact that she doesn't know how to control her elements, and it's all very confusing. And why the hell was she on fire? And what to do with Fire Guy? She has a lot on her mind. Also, what the fuck is up with the baby skeleton? There's like a lot going
That
on.
was charcoal.
And why was Aveline's cart somewhere near?
The baby skeleton wasn't charcoal.
It is now. In my heart.
So-
I'm just combining things.
Mostly worried about Grace, but there's also a lot of other things going on in her brain.
Okay. Roll a fortitude save.
37.
It takes some effort, but you're able to relax enough and fall asleep. Varian,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I would like to hopefully actually rest so I can get some of my health back. And keep guard. And I'm gonna mull over things about what Emery said, and what Chaz said, and what Chaz did, and what Euphemia said, and try and piece it together, because things aren't adding up.
No, they're not. As you contemplate the last few days, Clover,
Hi.
you are sitting at a dining room table. Lots of chatter around you. There are fancy silverware on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a very, very expensive fancy dress.
Mm-hmm. With really nice long gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, this is from your backstory.
Yeah.
Perth is talking to the waiter about which wine the waiter would recommend, and then ordering for you, because you can't read,
Because he won't let me.
because you don't know how.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After his brief conversation with the waiter, he turns his attention towards you, and we'll end there.
Oh shit. Deep lore backstory stuff. Ooh. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed Clover almost trying to rob a family she's traumatized.
We have social media. Check us out at Top of the Round on Facebook and Instagram, and at Tottercast on Blue Sky and Twitter. We also have a website, totterpodcast.com. Check us out in all those places. Thank you to our vessel and witness tier patrons, Jermaine, Grayson, and Ray. You are very much appreciated.
Shout out to our Apostle tier patrons. Ray, the Apostle of Scorn.
Grayson, the Apostle of Joy.
Artem K, the Apostle of Compassion.
Alyssa, the Apostle of Rage.
Jim, the Apostle of Curiosity.
Bluebird, the Apostle of Awkwardness.
Namies, the Apostle of Bitterness.
Gabe, the Apostle of Anticipation.
And Kobe Beef, the Apostle of Bewilderment. Thank you so very much for your continued support. It helps us do what we do. And we like doing what we do and would like to continue doing what we do, so thank you. If you would like to also help us do what we are doing and continue to do, join us on patreon.com/shoptheround.
Stop doing what you're doing and do what we're doing.
A lot of dues.
We have a Discord, and you can find a link to that in the show notes below, so you too can rob a family that you have traumatized. But with friends, because we'll be there.
We'll rob together.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.